Today we're tying our version of the Simram. We call it the Super Simram, and we're doing an olive one. We're using olive and tan bunny here. Usually it's all tan, but we like the olive and tan. Notice that the rabbit fur is in piles. It's cut off the hide into little squares, and we'll show you how we use that. It's a really handy way to manipulate bunches of rabbit hair. This is tying in a dazzle eye. We do this do twice as much work as most people do when they tie in these. Everyone does that crisscross. Everyone goes around the base like we did, tighten the things. Then we come back and notice I'm crisscrossing a second time. And now I'm putting a lot of thread around the base of that. I'm building a donut of thread out from the center. And this gives me something actually to tie down onto the shank. And we'll really put those eyes in nice and solid. You should play with that, experiment with it. And you can get those eyes so it's pretty hard to turn them, even without glue. That's near hair put in. Here's another trick. I twist the near hair, and then with the scissors, almost parallel to it, I snip it off. And that gives a rough edge, so it doesn't look like it's just cut off square. A little bit of a ragged, more natural look to it. There's the root beer flash going in, a little flash coming out the back of the fly. Next, this is a cool material. This is peccary. It's a wild boar. It's stiff hairs. They're striped black and white. Perfect antenna looking material there. Again, I'm coming around the bend of the hook a bit. Next, I put in the Bill's body braid. That just ties in back around the bend of the hook a little bit. It's going to wrap up the body, and then I'll crisscross through the eyes to cover that up nicely. Criss-cross, wrap. A couple wraps in front. Leave the hook upright in the vise as normal. Tie that off. Wrap back on the body braid so you have a tag end sticking out. We're going to pull that forward when we finish the fly. There's the first bunch of rabbit hair. Notice I clipped off the piece of hide and was ready to mount that. Here's the tan piece that's going in the middle. I have a little square. I hold it the way I want it, clip off the hide. It's all ready to tie in. Don't have to manipulate it any more than that. I veil it around like we did with the marabou on the grizzbug. Same technique, just put on a different fly in a different way. And then we're going to finish with another bunch of olive rabbit hair. And I clipped the hide off, held it right in my hand, veil it around, get it nice and clean. See how clean that looks? Rabbit hair can turn into a real mess if it gets out of control. Pull that tag end across, that just covers up the tie-in points for the rabbit. Gives a little flash on the bottom, clip it clean, and wrap up the head, and we'll tie it off with a whip finish. And that's the Super Simram. The antenna's sticking out the back, and it's not wrapped crosscut. Most of that fly, usually you see that fly with wrapped crosscut.